Yeah, so Azlo, so I am highlighting the purple. I'm having the person who worked on it. He's supposed to be fixing it up for me tonight, I hope, and then we can go from there. I'm not too sure where you heard that, Portkey. I'm not hosting any tournaments or anything like that. I am changing up my coaching to make it a bit more inviting so that it can accommodate a lot more people. Some nights it seems like we're very low on people, so it's easy to transition. But other times I have 20 to 30 people wanting to play, and there's only so many games that I can get in. So it'll be interesting to see how I go. So right now, WT, we're actually just doing the new maps just because they have only been out for a little while. So we're still doing a little bit more just for people's education purposes. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I need to... Hey, Norwegian, how's it going? Yeah, I'm shamelessly a very high level on Congregate. I'm actually max level because I play too many freaking Flash games over the many years. Balloons is actually a fun tower defense though. I enjoy it. But yeah, I have like probably 70 to 85% of all the badges ever made on that website. So I played quite a lot of freaking Flash games in my day and age. That being the case, let me go ahead. I am having a 24-hour marathon starting Saturday night, basically midnight Eastern, all the way through to Sunday through Mother's Day, and I will be giving away a lot of this nice swag, including posters, t-shirts, bracelets, a signed developer art book, which is really cool. I'm very jealous of that. I saw it and it made me want to keep it almost. But alas, that being the case, I do have a new Tip the Cow donation button down below. Feel free to use it. I'm going to basically be using the money to go ahead and pay for shipping and handling because I'm pretty sure that 36 or 37 physical prizes is going to cost a decent amount of skrill. Yeah, WT. So Xbox has had them for a while, but the PC and PlayStation 4 have only had them for 8 days, I believe. 7 or 8 days? 7 days, I think. I think it's only been out for 1 week exactly. Oh, I love that little shadow. Pretty cool. Okay, so we've got an Elite Goliath. Let's see if he does any false prints or if he decides to go anywhere else. Now, I do like this tactic. Oh, do you want to see the monster, Aiden? Is that the monster? Rawr. What does the monster say? Rawr. Good job. My son loves watching the monsters on Evolve. So I do like this area where he's going. In these little areas, there's usually a good amount of food. So it looks like he went Flame Breath. I love Flame Breath at stage 1, just because it helps clear out Markov mines if you do get domed. But on top of that, it's probably one of the more efficient feeding skills for Goliath. And it looks like he left 1 meat behind. And I'm not sure if that's just because he feels like he needs to be on the move or not. And there's a nice crate. We don't know how many meats are in there. I'd have to identify and play around with it. I'm wondering if there's some way to see if the box is bigger or how that works. Okay, so it looks like... Is that the monster, Aiden? Okay, so he's going over here. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he's actually getting any of the mammoth birds that are sometimes around here. But it's interesting to see... Oh, there you go, Aiden. Okay, so there's a crate. So it's apparently really loud when you knock this. I'd like to do a little bit more testing just because I haven't actually played hands-on in the game as much as I'd like to lately. So I like that the trapper is starting to stick back a little bit more. So I would like to see the support probably in a little bit further. But the nice thing about Maggie is all they have to do is just go in the direction and say, hey, Maggie's pointing in this direction, go ahead and flush him out. But I do like that the assault and medic are really close together. Oh, it looks like all 3 of them. So all 3 of them could probably go in the direction that Maggie's pointing. And so if Maggie was telling them where Daisy was looking, I feel that they would have an easier time of finding where the monster is. And they probably shouldn't have come all the way back just because they were in an area where if the monster went this way, they would have seen it. And if the monster went that way, they would have seen it. So I feel like that they probably could have stayed where they were. But now that they have some birds to go off, I do like this. This is a perfect transition. This is exactly what I'm talking about with the trapper hanging back. Ooh, and he's going to go and intercept. This could be a dome here. Really solid play. And I like that these trap locations doing a fantastic job. Oh, it looks like that they're cloaked. but it looks like he's just out of range. And throw the dome, throw the dome. Here it comes.
Goliath, here. Right
And there's
here.
Daisy. Fantastic. So there's the dome. So now they need to play just keep away until the rest of the team gets in here. And very, very good. So now that the monster's up, ooh, I like that. Very, very good shielding. Much better coordination this time around. You can definitely tell the difference. And there's that mammoth bird just deciding to say, hey, I hate you all. I will stab you in the face with my electric face. Okay, so Monix is getting hard assault. Now, the big thing about Maggie is a very, very hard target to attack when you're in this kind of a team comp, because not only can you be shielded by Hank, you can be healed by Kyra, but the traps alone can also deter a monster from staying on you as much as possible. So really good position up here with Zalzin, just being able to see the high ground, shooting grenades everywhere you're going. Really, really strong. Look at this. Fantastic coordination. Everyone's got near full health, and the monster's armor is just about to go low. So now it looks like the monster is going after the support, and he decides to cloak. I feel that he probably could have saved that cloak just a little bit more, just in case. So a damage at a stage 1 monster isn't spectacularly high, and so as such, I feel that you probably could have done a little bit more of baiting out the monster before using that cloak. A nice last harpoon, and it looks like that the permanent damage is going to stop right about now, and they probably did a bar and a half. Look at that laser cutter. Fantastic. Just keeping on him, doing as much chip damage as possible. And it looks like that the monster is going... Let's see if he goes left or right. Okay, so it looks like he's going to go evolve. Oh, no. So he looks like he's trying to say... He might be a little too close. I feel that they think that he probably went that way. But let's... So let's see what happens. Oh, and this is what I'm talking about. Looks like a Toxic Hound had... hide, but just annoying stuff everywhere. So let's see if they pay attention to where Daisy's going now that they're not sure where the monster went off. So the monster's still not quite ready to evolve, but getting there. Looks like one more meet and he should be ready. And there you go. So every time you see those red skulls, it looks like it's just a it's really good to slow down hunters here. There's just a lot of hostile wildlife that just absolutely hates on them. Okay, so it looks like, ooh, Daisy might actually, or Maggie, I keep calling Maggie Daisy, she might actually inadvertently, oh, she might hear the monster. Oh, look at this. This is fantastic. Throw that dome. Oh my gosh, fantastic. Now get out of there. She's all by herself. So if the team can get here, this is going to be absolutely brilliant, but she has to do a bang-up job of surviving because her team is nowhere near her, and this is one of those hard situations. Ah, unfortunate. If the support was a little bit closer to that trapper, that would have been a solid dome, and another stage 1 dome without full armor would have been very, very bad for the monster at this point. Good quick recovery, so they should still be able to go ahead and keep up with him, and then go ahead and do damage when he evolves. So right now, I probably don't know if I'd want to pull back, just because it looks like he's ready. They should know he's ready to evolve soon, and so as such, I'd like to see her come back here to prevent the escape and or to engage once the monster evolves. So there's the pings for the monster, and it looks like that the monster's going out, and let's see which way the monster goes. Looks like the monster's going to go right. Yep. Being corralled. So now with the monster at this much armor and it's ready to evolve, I would probably refrain from shooting just to prevent it from getting the combat traversal increase. So far, not a bad trade. A bar and a half on Goliath worth what for one strike on Maggie. Not the worst. It's still any person's game, but you can definitely see an increase in the team synergy, which is really, really, really good. Oh, and it looks like this might be another dome. Oh, fantastic. Another dome went down. So, and it looks like the whole team's here, so it looks like they should be able to do a lot of damage here. So it looks like that the monster has Flame Breath, and I want to say that that's a rank 2 Flame Breath. It might be rank 1, and then it looks like Charge as well. I also like Charge at stage 1 just because it's a good farming utility, and if you ever get tranked, you can also always charge out of it. So great job. I like fighting around this pillar. You know, Maggie's doing a good job putting harpoon traps all over, and it looks like that the monster is kind of focusing on who he can, with support running a little low on health. I mean, 75% is not low, but it's a little bit lower than I'd like to see in this kind of a fight. Very, very nice shielding on Hank. I like that he's covering whoever the monster is focusing, and it looks like that the monster's armor is almost over, and it looks like that they'll be doing permanent damage. So this is a fantastic setup for the hunters. Oh, it looks like Monix is a little low. Wow. Let's go ahead and see those heals. Oh, and back up to full. Fantastic. And look at that, just draining the health as much as possible. Everyone doing a little bit of damage, and the monster is just barely getting away to go ahead and still try and place Evolve. So it looks like he's going to go and try and lead him through the annoying toxic hound caves to find a place to evolve. So he started sneaking, but it looks like he didn't realize that the medic's right there. And it looks like the monster is going back to the support and trapper. I do like that the monster is doing a little bit of damage down there, but basically a loot and scoot option. And look, those toxic hounds, more than likely they're going to be slowing somebody down, probably Maggie right here, or the support. Nope, and it looks like that they killed him. So the monster is still looking for a place to evolve. I feel like he might be able to get away with an evolve over here. He might get domed just because they're a little close, but at this point you have no armor, so evolving basically is just going to go ahead and give you 3 extra points. And I feel a little, too many people are a little too hesitant to evolve sometimes. Sometimes you just got to roll the hard 6. So this is actually a good spot. The assault might actually get there in time. We'll see. And if this was Parnell, I'd love to see him as the super soldier. Okay, so it looks like he's got the minigun out. Ooh, damage! Just do damage! No! I feel like he could have done more damage instead of just swapped to something else. So a traditional 3-point rock throw at stage 2 is very, very normal. Now the nice thing about the assault being up here, though, is he can prevent him from getting food to slow down, because right now he's got no armor. And it looks like that they're going to be able to capture him probably in this back mushroom area. And so I feel like that the trapper and support, as long as the monster assault keeps pinging him, I feel it's a little bit safer to go up here. It's only when you don't know where the monster is that you want to be back here, and it looks like that the trapper and support are moving up faster. And it looks like that the trapper is going to be able to head this off and might actually be able to go ahead and get a dome. Let's go ahead and see from here. So it looks like the dome, if he throws it now, will land. And 3 bars of armor. Fantastic. Missed rock throw, so now that the team is getting time to get together, and Monix needs to be very, very careful, because one charge or one full leap smash, or not leap smash, fire breath, and a rock throw is all he'll need to go ahead and down that. Fantastic trap placement. I really love this. Doing a very good job running in circles. That's what Maggie's strongest for, is being able to be very, very hard to take down a dome once you do dome. So it looks like that the medic's been trapped. Someone needs to shoot her. Okay, fantastic. Good heal burst. And then Zalzin needs to be careful of that rock throw. Ooh, and Cardboard is really, really low. So Cardboard could take a rock to the face. And, okay, it looks like that the personal shields finally went up. Or, nope, that's Hank's shield. Ooh, group. Unfortunate rock throw miss. Really good job on Cardboard on keeping the monster. I would like to see the other, like to see Hank doing a little bit more damage. At stage 2, you can alternate between the laser cutter and the shield a little bit, especially once you have the fortifications. And great, fantastic traps by Monix. Great position. Monster's at half health, and it looks like he's going to scurry off to fight another day, but it looks like he's just going to go in circles. So he's going to get a little bit more damage before he finally leaves this group and runs away. So everyone should be on damage and doing a couple more chips. And look at that, laser cutter. Fantastic, great job. Very, very good engagement on the hunters. So the monster is basically at the same relative health pool as he was at stage 1, starting to try and get some armor. And it looks like he's going to try and drag him through the toxic. Ooh, and might be a rock throw. Ooh, nice rock throw. Hit Zalzin in the face. Good job. So there might be, I wish I had an option to see hostile wildlife. Ooh. And just be careful about being a little too aggressive. Can backfire if they have a 3-point rock throw, or technically at stage 2 in general, you always have to be careful of a monster that doubles back. But it looks like Zalzin's a little low on health, so if monster does engage, Zalzin is actually the weak link right now, just because it's going to take longer to heal up himself than it will be anyone else. Okay, so the monster once again going to a loud area. Now the nice thing is once the hunters kind of know where you are, this area isn't terrible for food. Neither is this one, but this one's actually pretty decent, because usually over here there's usually lots of striders up here, and for some reason these boulders always remind me of Borderlands for some reason, except they're not purple. So really good job getting some 4 armor, 4 evolve. And it looks like he's about a third of the way to his 3rd evolution. And it looks like he's getting a high ground to try and jump over everyone. And I like Monix. Monix did fantastic listening to about staying back here. I feel the support is a little far ahead as a stage 2. But I do like that the Trapper is staying back here. So they should be doing really good communication because it feels like that the team is sticking a little bit better to where they should be. And I do like this constant pinging. Always, always good. Also, the reason why pinging is so good is not only do people know where it's going, but you get a distance. So the Trapper knows exactly when to throw the dome, because once the monster's within 30 or so meters, he can throw them. Oh, but Monix, all by himself, if the support's not nearby, I feel like that the monster, if you knew that there was only one person there, could have gotten a single dome. Okay, so it looks like the dome went down. If I were him, I would leave it up for half a second and then get the group over here and then let it go down. So now that the monster knows that there is no worry of a dome, he's going to go ahead and engage. Ooh, and that Mega Mouth might actually be the MVP of the game. Oh, nice, nice. So Rock Throw missed, but it looks like that he's just going to go and engage. He's got a decent amount of armor, so he's going to go ahead and try and do as much damage as possible. No, fantastic time to shield. That was a fantastic shield by Pygmy. And everyone's grouped up a little bit, and Zalzin very, very low. So one Rock Throw is all it's going to take for Zalzin to die. Ooh, very, very, very careful. I like that everyone's split up. So this is a very dangerous part, because if the monster gets domed now, he's going to have no armor, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage to him. I love that. Cardboard did a fantastic job eating that rock for his team, and if the dome is up right now, they can actually seal the game right here. They might be able to take a strike or two from it, but I think that it would be totally worth it. So if that dome is up, I'd love to see it, but it looks like that the monster is just going to take some permanent damage and go off. Great, great engagement for the Hunters, doing a fantastic, much better job than the first game. So we'll just say that that first game was a little bit of a warm-up, but Pygmy was doing a lot better on his Hank job. So Sound a little bit wounded, trying to look for a great opportunity. And I feel that he's kind of not sure on what to do right now. There's usually a point when you have low health like that and you haven't really made much progress on the Hunters that you really start to feel it, and as such, you're prone to making mistakes. So I feel like Monix can throw a dome pretty soon, and that should be exactly what the Hunters need to win the game. So, oh, there's the dome. Oh, and that Mammoth Bird. That Mammoth Bird actually might be the victor. Nope. Okay, and Monix is able to get away. Ooh, that Harpoon Trap, so good. Oh, good job. Monix doing an amazing job. Fantastic ability of roaching. So this should be a closeout for the Hunters. They've been doing a fantastic improvement from the last game. Really, really good job. And it looks like that Goliath is going to die alone in the caves.
Yeah, Hunters tend to do that.
Good game.
That was an adrenaline rush.
That was a really good game. A markedly noticeable difference on the Hunters. Monix, your trap placement was amazing. I really liked where your location was. So does it make more sense? Because like you were exactly where you should have been most of the time. Like when you don't know where the monster is, you stick closer to that little sphincter spot. But when you do know where he is and the pings are going up, you can kind of go in a little bit further, and then you can always fall back to that area. But you were doing a solid job of making it so that the monster could never really get past you without getting domed. So really, really good job. And Pygmy, you were doing a really much better job with the shield gun. Much markedly noticed difference. The biggest thing I could probably say for improvement for you, Sound, is I feel like that once you knew that the Hunters were in that same quadrant as you, and once you know that the Trapper isn't going to be doming you in the back end, I would try and eat as much food as possible just to get your armor and evolve meter up, and then just realize you're going to get domed and then do your best of it, and then just go all the way to another wing and then go ahead and take the risky evolve, even if they were. I felt like that you were trying to play it a little too safe and not trying to evolve until you were really far away, but as such, it kind of you stayed too close to the hunters too many times, and that's why you got domed the second time stage 1, I think. But really, really good job overall, like on both sides. Like that was a fun game.
Yeah, it took a minute at the beginning of the game to look at the map and figure out what you were saying, but I see it now.
Yeah. So the eastern side, the little pools or whatever, it's annoying as hell for the hunters to run through. But as monster, there's so little food there that like I'll go there to evolve because it takes the hunters a long time to go there. And when you do, you usually have toxic hounds and mega mouse and tyrants to help you out in the combat. But most of the time, like you should see it from my screen. But like every now and then, I'll just see these red skulls of the hunters just getting like tagged or whatever the whole time. But it's a good spot for evolving, but it's a terrible one for eating. So usually that's where I run to evolve, and then the northwest or the southwest, depending on if you want to be more sneaky or more just loud and lots of food. Really good game though. Go ahead.
No, that area with the venom house was terrible to run through. Pushing in now.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like I remember going through there that was the first way I went as the monster the first time. And I'm like, wow, the food here sucks. But then because I knew that there were nothing but toxic hounds, I would drag hunters through there all the time, and it would give me so much extra distance just because you can. Yes, I am a jerk. Okay, really good game. So let's go ahead and do one more now that both sides are warmed up, and